Hey everyone, it's George from Blockchain DXB and today is the 3rd of September 2025 and looks like as because of the Labor Day that is over in the United States of America, the prices of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies has marginally pumped up. And what is really interesting to see guys is the ETF inflows has picked up pace as well, but the inflows isn't too high guys, but nonetheless this just shows the power of the United States of America in the world of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, isn't it? And even if you look at the global cryptocurrency snapshot guys, the numbers are definitely much better since the last 72 hours, so we'll definitely go ahead and take a deep dive into this, but we'll go ahead and talk about some really interesting information regarding BRICS guys. And here's the interesting thing guys, the BRICS nations, that is Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa and many other countries, they are planning to have a virtual summit on the 8th of September, and the reason is pretty simple guys. They want to go ahead and discuss US tariffs that is imposed by President Donald Trump. And yesterday guys, in the Blockchain DXB podcast, one of the listeners did actually ask, besides the CPI data as well as FOMC meeting, what are the other factors we should be looking at? And today I can tell the answer to that is the BRICS Nation Summit, isn't it? So what I'll do guys in today's episode, I'll go ahead and discuss the importance of this news, and more importantly guys, what is the impact it'll have on the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies? Because the BRICS nations guys, they are focusing on de-dollarization, isn't it? But could this actually boost cryptocurrency adoption as well? I'll go ahead and share my thoughts and information regarding this, and I'll also go ahead and discuss guys, if tariffs that is implemented by President Donald Trump, will it actually increase inflation in the BRICS nations? And if that thing happens guys, could it be possible they can go ahead and start adopting Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies? Really interesting development, isn't it? Now I'm curious to check how the prices of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies would be reacting to this. And now guys, we have a new matrix that we can make an assessment, isn't it? And that is the crypto ETFs and outflows. So what I really urge you to do is guys, keep a track on what the crypto ETFs and outflows is, and that gives us some indication as to which direction the prices of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies will be impacted because of this, isn't it? Really interesting development. And looks like guys, the deadline regarding Russia and Ukraine peace is also up, isn't it? So let's see guys if President Donald Trump has any update for us. Now yesterday guys, we talked about World Liberty Finance Token, isn't it? But looks like since the last 24 hours guys, the prices are plummeted miserably as well. And that usually happens with all the newly launched cryptocurrencies and tokens, isn't it? Now the next news guys I'm going to be talking about is regarding a layer 2 protocol that is connected to Ethereum. And Ethereum's layer 2 Starknet guys did actually suffer a setback, and for nearly 3 hours guys, the mainnet did have an outage. And what is crazy to note guys is, this is the second outage that did actually take place in just a matter of 2 months. Really unfortunate news, isn't it? But I'm pretty much sure guys, the developers will definitely be onboarded with this, and hopefully there is no more setback in the world of Starknet. Now the next news guys is a report that is published by Royal United Service Institute, and the report actually states that Ukraine has lost over $10 billion to cryptocurrency crime. So we'll definitely go ahead and discuss what this news is all about. And they've also mentioned guys, there is a possibility for Ukraine to risk deeper losses and erosion of investor confidence. So we'll definitely go ahead and touch base on this report. Now the final news guys is another unfortunate news, and this is connected to an exploit that is connected to a decentralized exchange called as BunniXYZ. And here's the thing guys, they lost $8.4 million. And there is a series of useful posts via Twitter or X that does give detailed information as to what the exploiters actually did. So we'll definitely go ahead and discuss the impact of this news. And look guys, looks like the exploiters did actually find out a really unique way to go ahead and exploit it. Now look guys, one of the dangers of decentralized exchanges, let's say if the users have gone ahead and lost these funds, there is no way to go ahead and get these funds back, isn't it? Unless the foundation decides to go ahead and roll back the chain or voluntarily give out some of the funds that were actually lost. So it's going to be really interesting to see guys, what the outcome to this particular exploit is. Now in case of centralized exchanges guys, there is often a set amount of fund that is utilized to go ahead and reimburse customers, isn't it? But in case of decentralized exchanges guys, I really am not sure the end users will be compensated for this. Now in case of Bybit guys, they did have a massive attack, isn't it? But it looks like all of the customers' funds are relatively safe. But in case of an exchange in India that is VazirX guys, looks like the customers are still waiting for the funds, isn't it? So these are some of the dangers of using decentralized exchanges, isn't it? So we have quite a lot of interesting things to cover guys in today's episode. And like we do in every Blockchain DXB podcast, we will be looking at 2 news from Dubai, UAE and the Middle East. Now the first news guys is a massive news. And RAK Properties guys, they have enabled cryptocurrency payments. And here's the thing guys, They are doing this through an innovative new partnership with HubPay, so we'll definitely go ahead and discuss the importance of this news. Now regarding HubPay guys, they do have a similar partnership with Trump Towers as well as Senate. Now it is great that real estate is accepting a lot of cryptocurrencies, so we'll definitely go ahead and discuss the importance of this news. Now the second news guys is regarding artificial intelligence all the way from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. And Saudi Arabia's healthcare guys, they are pushing to put artificial intelligence in the spotlight. So what I'll do guys in today's episode, I'll go ahead and discuss what is it that Saudi Arabia is doing particularly in the world of healthcare and what role artificial intelligence is playing into this. But really interesting development, isn't it? So we have quite a lot of interesting things to cover guys in today's episode. Let's kickstart with it right away. Hey everyone, this episode is powered by a new sponsor that is Amana, and they are the region's first and fastest growing regulated all-in-one trading and investing app. So look guys, whether you're looking into invest in US stocks like Apple or Tesla, or mega giants like ADNOC or Salik, Amana puts the financial markets on your fingertips. It includes gold, foreign exchange, ETFs, futures, commodities, and guess what guys? They have over 375 cryptocurrencies, and this makes them the biggest crypto selection in the region. Now for the blockchain DXB listeners guys, if you want to go ahead and build long-term wealth without thinking about it every day, explore Amana's pre-built auto investment plans, and all you have to do is set your monthly budget, choose your preferred asset category, and let Amana automate the investing for you. Zero fees, zero lockups, 100% customizable. And here's the thing guys, funding your account is easier than ever. You can fund your account with Apple Pay, Google Pay, credit cards, instant bank deposits, and even crypto wallets. No friction and no hassles. And the best part is guys, let's say if you need support, you would absolutely love Amana for this, because they offer 24/6 human customer service as well as a personalized sales support, real people, real help, and the customer support is in English as well as in Arabic. And for the blockchain DXB listener and community guys, I do have something really exclusive for you. What you can do is register with Amana using the code blockchain DXB, or you can also use the link that is in the show notes below. And here's the best part guys, once you register, fund your account with a minimum of $100 and at least go ahead and make one trade, and then you'll receive a $100 trading bonus credit to your account the following month. But look guys, it's real important to note, the bonus is non-withdrawable. It is there to help you trade and learn. So look guys, if you're looking for a transparent, powerful and easy to use app, that's Amana for you. So what are you waiting for guys? Download the app now, or you can also visit the website that is amana.app, and don't forget to use the code blockchain DXB. And Amana guys is all markets one app. Next guys, I'm happy to announce that blockchain DXB is the official media partner with one of the OGs in the cryptocurrency and blockchain event space, and that is Blockchain Futuristic Conference taking place in Florida this year, as well as ETH Women taking place simultaneously. And trust me guys, this is an event that you don't want to miss, isn't it? Because for the very first time, North America's most immersive Web3 event is heading to the United States of America, and the Blockchain Futurist Conference and ETH Women event is actually taking place between the 5th and 6th of November. And the location is absolutely stunning guys. It is taking place at Guitar Hotel at Hard Rock, which is in Hollywood, Florida. That's right guys, palm trees, panels, and the biggest mind in blockchain and cryptocurrencies all in one place. So there will be multi-stage panels, NFT galleries, DeFi showcases, hand-on tech demos, metaverse experiences, even outdoor VIP cabanas, and quite a lot more. And the Guitar Hotel at Hard Rock guys is one of the most iconic venues in the country. So look guys, if you're in the Web3 space, cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, or even artificial intelligence space, or just want to do some serious networking, this is the place that you got to be. And to all of you blockchain DXB listeners guys, we have something really interesting for you, because you can get a 25% off the tickets. So just use the code DXB25, and the link to the event as well as the code is in the show notes below. And as an official media partner, I'll be doing exclusive live coverage, interviews, behind the scenes access, and I will be spotlighting some of the most exciting projects shaping the future of decentralized finance tech. So if you're at the venue guys, definitely come and say hi. Maybe we can catch up for a coffee as well. So listen guys, the code is DXB25, and by using this code you will be eligible for a 25% discount. And the event is taking place between the 5th and 6th of November 2025 at the iconic Guitar Hotel at Hard Rock, that is in Hollywood, Florida. And in the show notes below guys, there's all contact details for Blockchain Futuristic Conference Florida 2025 as well as ETH Women. And look guys, this is the future of blockchain technology brought into life. So don't just read about it, Be there and head to the website that is futuristconference.com and go ahead and use the code DXB25. So see you at the event. Next, Advanced Media. Advanced Media, guys, is the largest distributor of professional video, photo, broadcast and cinematic equipment and accessories in the Middle East and MENA region. With over 2 decades of experience, Advanced Media is now the largest distributor in the Middle East, representing more than 100 recognizable brands, including brands such as Zeiss, DJI, Hasselblad, Red and Rode. As a matter of fact, guys, the very mic that I'm recording is being sponsored by Advanced Media as well, and Advanced Media has showrooms in Saudi Arabia and services as well. Looks like they're definitely taking the Middle East by storm. And here's the beautiful thing, guys, they're taking corporate social responsibility very seriously, and they're focusing on 3 P's, that is people, planet and prosperity. Now listen, guys, if you do want to find out more information regarding the statement of corporate social responsibility, check out the website that is www.amt.tv. And here's the beautiful thing, guys, they also want to be a leader and set an example and reputation as a pioneer and member of the community. And in doing so, guys, they also have an AMT scholarship with SAE Institute in Dubai, UAE. So definitely check it out. And also, guys, Advanced Media is committed to persistently developing, organizing and hosting training workshops, seminars and community events that educate, inform and familiarize consumers with new equipment and the latest technological advances. So listen, guys, do one thing. If you do want to support this channel, go to the website that is www.amt.tv and follow the social media channels as well. All of the details are in the show notes below. Next, Startup OI is global one-tech platform for tech. It offers global high-paying tech jobs with flexibility in working time and location, global free tech events, and tech networks to connect with global like-minded engineers. A brilliant platform to listen to the tech experts in Metaverse and to grab their insights. Now listen, all you have to do is download the app Startup OI. If you're using an Android version, go to Google Store and App Store for iOS devices. Alternatively, you can also click on the show notes below to download Startup OI. Next, guys, listen, if you're into fitness, if you're into adventure, if you want to do something wild but still want to keep your health in check, there is a new podcast in town, a podcast focusing on obstacle course race in the Middle East. The podcast is called the RacePace Podcast. So check out the RacePace Podcast across all leading platforms. And the RacePace Podcast is a peer-to-peer community-driven podcast where they talk all about obstacle course race in the Middle East, from Sandstorm to Spartan Race, from Tough Mudder to Desert Warrior Challenge, and also the Government Gulf Games, and quite a lot more. The podcast has interviews with athletes locally and internationally to get inside scoop on how athletes prepare for obstacle course race. In the podcast, they also talk about interesting stories on why they are motivated to do obstacle course race. And that's not all. They also plan to release 7 NFTs. And these NFTs are no ordinary. These NFTs will represent every emirate in the UAE. And listen, guys, these NFTs are going to be absolutely massive. So do one thing, go to Spotify, go to iTunes, go to any leading podcasting platform, check out the RacePace Podcast across all leading platforms. And finally, guys, not your keys, not your crypto. If you have dabbled with cryptocurrencies and now are seriously getting to protect your cryptocurrencies, there is no better way to protect it by using a hardware wallet. And this is where Ledger Wallet kicks in. And Ledger Wallets are hardware cryptocurrency wallets made by Ledger, a company headquartered in Paris, France. And Ledger's hardware wallets are multi-currency wallets that are used to store private keys for cryptocurrencies offline. And Ledger offers 2 hardware wallets, the Ledger Nano and Ledger Nano X wallets. They are world-class experts with extensive crypto security backgrounds. They continuously look for vulnerabilities in Ledger products in a constant effort to improve the level of security. Now, in today's world, securing these digital assets is a critical challenge, and this is where Ledger kicks in. So click the link below to buy your hardware wallet and support this podcast. It is a brilliant way to support this podcast. So what are you waiting for? The link is in the show notes below. Now, guys, since you're taking care of that, let's kickstart by looking at the global cryptocurrency market. Now, yesterday, guys, we talked about World Liberty Finance Token, isn't it? and its market cap was hovering around the $6 billion mark. But since the last 24 hours, guys, looks like the prices have taken a massive hit, and the prices of World Liberty Finance token is almost down by 10%. But look, guys, I'm pretty much sure the next coming days and weeks, the prices of World Liberty Finance token will definitely be pumping up. But look, guys, whatever I'm saying is definitely not financial advice. Make sure you go and do your own research. Now, yesterday, guys, technically was Labor Day in the United States of America, isn't it? And I tend to record the podcast in the early hours of Dubai. So the matrix that I talked about yesterday, that is on the 2nd of September, guys, most of the matrix were actually from the 1st of September in the United States of America. And that time it was still midnight, isn't it? But looks like as post the Labor Day, the market number seems to have pumped up, and the volume of stablecoins as well as the 24-hour volume has definitely picked up pace. But immediately, guys, if you look at the information that is connected to ETFs, since the last 24 hours there is inflows, but the crypto ETF inflows today is at $14.9 million. Now I'm really curious to check, guys, what this number will be reflecting tomorrow, because it now gives us an assessment as to what the investor confidence is, isn't it? And surprisingly, guys, since the last 6 weeks or so, there is a lot of inflows in the world of Ethereum ETFs. So really bizarre matrix, isn't it? Now that thing being said, guys, if you look at the global cryptocurrency market, right now it is still below the $4 trillion mark. But since the last 24 hours, it is actually about 1.9%. And today it is at $3.91 trillion. And if you look at the total cryptocurrency market volume, guys, it is actually up by almost 10%. And today it is at $153 billion. And what I tend to do is, guys, I look at this number and then compare to the volume of stable coins. And then I also look at the 24-hour trading volume, and that gives us a fair assessment as to which direction the prices of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies would be heading towards, isn't it? And to be honest, guys, since the last 24 hours, I really am liking the volume of stable coins. Now, before we look at the volume of stable coins, guys, let's take a deep dive into what is going on in the world of decentralized exchanges, because the volume of decentralized exchange today is at $15.57 billion, and the total fees collected by these transactions is $82.88 million, and the total value locked, guys, today it is at $151.28 billion, and one matrix which I personally keep an eye on is the decentralized exchange dominance, and today that number is once again above the 40% mark. It is at 44.05%. Now look, guys, I tend to repeat this often. It is great that this number is above the 40% mark, but you also need to remember, guys, a lot of centralized exchanges also tend to use decentralized exchanges, and there is a very high possibility out of this 44.05%. Centralized exchange volume may be accounting for 30%, maybe even 35%, particularly over the weekend or public holidays, isn't it? That is just my honest opinion. Now, since the last few months, guys, I'm also looking at the total value lock that is connected to real world assets, and today, guys, for the very second time, this matrix is still above the $15 billion mark, and historically, guys, this number has always been below the $15 billion mark, isn't it? Yesterday, for the very first time, it did actually cross the $15 billion mark. So it looks like there is some activity taking place under the blanket in the world of tokenization, and I'm talking about in the world of real world assets. Now let's quickly run to the volume of decentralized exchanges, and it is no surprise that Uniswap is leading the pack with $4.34 billion, followed by PancakeSwap at $2.23 billion. Meteor, guys, is at number 3rd, but its volume is below the $1 billion mark at $952.92 million. Hyperliquid, guys, is at number 4th with $830.26 million. And at number 5th is Fluid, guys, with a volume of $676.66 million since the last 24 hours. Now let's quickly run through the volume of stable coins. And here's the thing, guys, since the last 2 weeks in particular, even the market cap of stable coins is increased. And according to me, guys, looks like since the last 2 weeks, Circle USDC is issuing a lot more stable coins, isn't it? Now if you look at the 24-hour trading volume though, guys, Tether USDT is leading the pack by a really long margin. And the 24-hour volume is $126.27 billion. And in the episode that I released yesterday, guys, I talked about Tether launching its stablecoin in Bitcoin blockchain. And according to me, guys, it is an absolutely brilliant move by them. Because not only are they providing a lot of security by using Bitcoin's blockchain, guys, they are also offering 100% security as well. So what I'd really urge you to do is, guys, go ahead and listen to the episode that I released yesterday. And Tether is essentially using RGB protocol to go ahead and issue Tether USDT on Bitcoin blockchain. Now, number 2nd, guys, so far as the 24-hour volume is concerned, is Circle USDC, and its volume is $16.85 billion. The 3rd one, guys, is FDUSD with a volume of $6.75 billion. Now, look, guys, With President Donald Trump's popularity, guys, I wouldn't be surprised if World Liberty Finance Token, that is USDC1, might be in the top 5 in the next 6 months or maybe even less. Let's see if that thing eventually happens. Now let's quickly run to the dominance, 24-hour trading volume and market cap of Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now Ethereum's dominance is at 13.80%, whereas Bitcoin's dominance is at 57.80%, which once again means, guys, a lot of activity is actually taking place in all coins, isn't it? But here's the interesting thing regarding 24-hour volume, guys. The volume of Ethereum once again is almost half of that of Bitcoin's 24-hour trading volume. Today, surprisingly, it is only at $38.57 billion, whereas Bitcoin's 24-hour trading volume is $74.16 billion. So could it be possible since the last 24 hours, guys, a lot of activity is actually taking place in Bitcoin as opposed to Ethereum, isn't it? Now I'm curious to check, guys, what the ETF inflows and outflows is tomorrow. And what I'll try to do is, guys, I'll try to break it down in terms of Bitcoin ETFs as well as Ethereum ETFs. Now if you look at the market cap of Bitcoin, guys, Bitcoin's market cap is at $2.21 trillion, whereas Ethereum's market cap has marginally picked up pace and today it is at $521 billion. Now every day, guys, in the Blockchain DXB Podcast, I tend to look at one new matrix, isn't it? Now because President Donald Trump is making headways in the world of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, I want to run through some numbers regarding the top Trump affiliated coins by market cap, and there is essentially 4 of them, guys. And the first one is regarding World Liberty Finance Token, guys, and its market cap is at $6.32 billion. The second one, guys, is a stablecoin that is connected to World Liberty Finance Token, and that is USD1 and its market cap is $2.64 billion. The third one, guys, is the meme token that is connected to President Donald Trump, and the market cap of the official Trump token is $1.67 billion. Now the fourth one, guys, is connected to the beautiful First Lady, that is Melania Trump, and this is more to do with a meme coin, guys, but his market cap is only at $144 million. Now look, guys, it is really interesting to see a lot of politicians getting involved in the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency space, isn't it? Now guys, let's go and look at the king of all kings, that is Bitcoin. And the price of Bitcoin, guys, since the last 24 hours is actually up by 1.97%. And it is needless to say a lot of activity is also taking place in Bitcoin, isn't it? And so far as the price of Bitcoin is concerned, guys, it is almost up by $2,000 since the last 24 hours. And right now it is at $111,151. But since the last 7 days, guys, it is still down by 0.60%. Now so far as Ethereum is concerned, guys, it is marginally up by 0.59% since the last 24 hours. But since the last 7 days, guys, it is actually down by 5.95%. And earlier last week, guys, Ethereum did actually reach a new all-time high, isn't it? But today the price has fallen down to $4,320. And so far as Ripple or XRP is concerned, guys, it is well below the $3 mark. It is at $2.85. But since the last 24 hours, it is up by 4.17%. And since the last 7 days, it is actually down by 5.14%. Now look, guys, at a geopolitical level, there is a lot of activity taking place, isn't it? And President Donald Trump, guys, roughly around 2 months ago, did actually warn the BRICS nations that he does not want them to go and focus on any stable coins or any other cryptocurrencies, because he wants the value of the US dollar to be ridiculously strong, isn't it? And President Donald Trump, guys, has been implementing tariffs to these nations as well. And regarding BRICS nations, guys, looks like they are planning to have a summit on the 8th of September 2025. And BRICS nations such as Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, alongside new members like Indonesia, Iran and others, guys, are set to hold a virtual summit. Now it is a bit bizarre they want to have a virtual summit, isn't it? It would have been more powerful and impactful if they actually had a one-to-one meeting. But here's the thing, guys. At the virtual summit, they want to go ahead and address US tariffs that is imposed by President Donald Trump, which according to them threatens global stability and targets the push for de-dollarization, isn't it? Now here's the thing, guys. The tariffs that is implemented by President Donald Trump include a proposed 10% leave on BRICS aligned countries and up to 50% on specific nations like Brazil and India. Now we know President Donald Trump is not happy regarding tariffs in India, isn't it? Despite him being really good friends with Prime Minister Narendra Modi. So looks like at this virtual summit, guys, they aiming to counter the bloc's effort and reduce reliance on US dollar. And that would potentially escalate economic tensions, isn't it? Now if that thing happens, guys, it would potentially escalate economic tensions, isn't it? And this dynamics, guys, will directly and indirectly impact the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies in different ways. So what I want to do is, guys, I want to go and touch base on 6 areas. I want to go and touch base on market volatility spike. I want to go and discuss BRICS nations' potential push towards de-dollarization and boost of cryptocurrency adoption. And I also want to go and discuss the regional digital payment infrastructure and could it actually reshape the market. And finally, guys, I want to go and discuss if Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies could actually serve as a hedge. And could the summit, guys, be actually a boost of BRICS crypto initiatives? And finally, guys, what is it that the backlash they might actually guess by US regulators? Because President Donald Trump, guys, 2 months ago was definitely not happy regarding what is going on in BRICS nations. And he's talking about them ditching the US dollar, isn't it? So it's going to be really interesting to see, guys, how this news actually impacts the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Now, regarding market volatility spike, guys, here's the interesting thing to remember. US tariffs on BRICS nations, guys, could actually heighten economic uncertainty. And I very strongly feel, guys, this would actually drive short-term sell-offs in Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, as investors usually tend to retreat from volatile assets, isn't it? And whenever there is market volatility, guys, we see that the investor confidence is going down, isn't it? And when that thing happens, guys, immediately one matrix we can look at is the ETF outflows. So what I'd really urge you to do is, guys, keep a track on what is going on regarding crypto ETFs and outflows. And regarding de-dollarization, guys, what I feel is as BRICS members explore alternatives to the US dollar, including national currencies, maybe blockchain-based payment systems, and even a potential BRICS unit, guys, cryptocurrencies may gain traction as non-sovereign cross-border value, isn't it? But based on my understanding, guys, their platform is not ready yet. Because if this platform was ready, guys, they would have already done trial transactions in it, isn't it? So according to me, guys, they might be a bit tad late regarding this. Had they actually done this during the Biden administration, guys, then things would have been really difficult for President Donald Trump, isn't it? And here's the genius thing by President Donald Trump, guys. He already signed the Genius Act, isn't it? And that Genius Act, guys, does give motivation for stablecoin issuers in the United States of America to go and implement stablecoins in these nations. And here's the thing, guys. If BRICS nations go and start using stablecoins that is backed by US dollar, the value of the US dollar will be increasing any which ways, isn't it? So according to me, guys, the Genius Act is definitely a great political move by President Donald Trump. Now what about regional digital payment infrastructure, guys? The BRICS cross-border payments initiative, that is BRICS Pay, guys, and their move towards blockchain-based payment system may legitimize digital currencies and spur innovation, isn't it? But look, guys, the timing does not make any sense now. They should have already done this thing in the last few years. But let's say, guys, if they still go and move with this plan, I feel it will potentially amplify interest in decentralized assets. And the only thing I can think of right now is Bitcoin, isn't it? So it's going to be really interesting to see, guys, what is it that they're going to be discussing at the summit. Now, according to me, guys, there is a possibility that Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies could actually serve as a hedge. And let's say, guys, if tariff weakens fiat currencies or fuel inflation in BRICS economies, guys, Bitcoin's appeal as a decentralized store of value could actually grow, isn't it? And it could actually attract investors seeking protection against currency devaluation. But look, guys, right now most of these BRICS nations, they do not have any Bitcoin strategy as such, isn't it? But could it be possible there might be a boost of BRICS cryptocurrency initiatives? There is definitely a possibility for that. And according to me, guys, the exploration of blockchain-based payment systems like BRICS Pay may accelerate as a countermeasure to US financial dominance, potentially increasing adoption of cryptocurrencies for cross-border trade, isn't it? But here's the thing, guys. They should have already done this under the Biden administration, so the chances for that thing to happen now is relatively less. And here's what I think, guys. If they do actually start implementing it, President Donald Trump might just go and increase the tariffs, isn't it? So let's see what the outcome to this is. And that is leading towards the final point, that is regulatory backlash from the US, because escalating trade disputes, guys, could actually prompt stricter US regulations on cryptocurrencies to curb their use in bypassing dollar-based systems. And that can potentially stifle crypto market growth domestically, isn't it? And this goes back to the Genius Act, isn't it? And initially, guys, when the Genius Act was out, me personally, I wasn't a massive advocate of it, but now looks like it is truly a genius thing. Because now President Donald Trump can go ahead and negotiate using stablecoins as a form of payment as well. So let's see, guys, what the outcome to this is. Now I'm pretty much sure, guys, based on the outcome of the summit on the 8th of September, the investor confidence will be impacting, isn't it? And because of that, I'm pretty much sure the prices of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies will be plummeting, or maybe pumping up as well. And on the 1st of September, guys, I did talk about September not being one of the best months for the prices of Bitcoin. So it's going to be really interesting to see, guys, what actually happens on the 8th of September. And just 3 days after that, on the 11th of September, guys, the inflation data will be out. And immediately after a week on the 17th of September, guys, Federal Chair Jerome Powell will be making a decision whether to keep the interest rate, reduce the interest rate or increase it. Now there is a very high possibility he might actually go ahead and reduce the interest rate. So it looks like September is filled with a lot of action, isn't it? And in the Blockchain DXB podcast, guys, I'll definitely keep on covering it. Now let's go ahead and talk about 3 unfortunate news, guys. And all of the 3 news is kind of negative in the world of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. The first one is regarding Layer 2 Starknet for Ethereum, guys. And they actually suffered a nearly 3-hour mainnet outage, and this was due to a sequencer failure that couldn't process Cairo 0 code, and it did actually stop producing block and accepting transactions, but the network has restored functionality after reorganizing from block number 196.0612. But here's the crazy thing, guys, users are forced to resubmit their transactions. This, to be honest, is definitely not a good look for Ethereum as well as in it, but the team behind Starknet, guys, has pledged a full post-mortem. And they also have prevention measures in place, because just in the matter of 2 months, guys, this is the second time they've had this outage. So look, it does not put a very good image not just on Starknet, even on Ethereum as well as in it. But look, as so far Solana is concerned, they have had so many such setbacks as in it. And regarding Solana blockchain, guys, their downtime and outage usually lasts for 12 hours, 14 hours, certain cases even 19 hours. Now let's talk about some news all the way from the Ukraine, guys. And the Royal United Service Institute, guys, they have actually published a report, and they've actually warned that Ukraine has lost $10 billion to crypto crime, with money mule schemes draining $24 million monthly. And the report says that lag regulations leave it as a hub for laundering Russian funds, while laws that are stalled, guys, and looming European Union and FATF deadlines risk further financial and security damage to Ukraine. And they've also urged Kyiv to set clear rules, guys, and they've suggested to focus on stable coins and balance taxation to attract legitimate businesses. And they've also warned, guys, without swift action, Ukraine risks deeper losses and erosion of investor confidence. So let's see, guys, if the crypto crime continues in Ukraine. Definitely unfortunate news, isn't it? As a matter of fact, guys, the next news is also an unfortunate news, and this is to do with the DEX or decentralized exchange that is BunniXYZ. And the news essentially is that they lost $8.4 million, and this was after hackers manipulated its liquidity curve with carefully sized trades, and they tricked the system into miscalculating pool balances, and it allows excess withdrawals. This is such a crazy thing, but a genius move as well as in it. Now what I really urge you to do is, guys, in the show notes below there is a series of posts that does clearly explain how the exploit did actually take place. So what that post actually states is, Bunny is a liquidity hook that runs on top of Uniswap 4, and instead of using Uniswap's normal system, guys, Bunny has its own liquidity curve called as LDF or liquidity distribution function. And what usually happens, guys, is after each trade, Bunny checks if its LDF curve has changed since the last trade, and if it has, guys, the system calculates how much extra liquidity exists and automatically rebalances the pool to keep the right ratio of tokens. Now the exploiters, guys, figured out they could manipulate this LDF by making market trades on very specific sizes. So what they did, guys, is they carefully chose amount that caused rebalancing and caused the rebalancing calculation to break, and that gave wrong results for how much each liquidity provider share would own, isn't it? And by repeating this process, guys, the exploiters could actually withdraw more tokens that they should have been able to withdraw, and they actually drained the pool for $8.4 million. And after the LDF was broken, guys, the exploiter also executed the final 2 swap steps to go ahead and extract funds from the pool. Now the team behind BunnyX Exchange, guys, have gone ahead and acknowledged this particular exploit, and they have temporarily paused the protocol. But look, guys, this according to me is a genius move, but unfortunately it is an exploit, isn't it? The only thing I'm hoping is that people don't actually end up losing a lot of money. Now these are some of the dangers of using decentralized exchange in comparison to centralized exchanges, isn't it? And as I mentioned earlier, guys, in case of centralized exchanges, there are certain amounts of funds that is actually kept aside, but in case of decentralized exchanges, guys, it depends if the foundations or associations do have any funds backed for this. So these were the news, guys, on the Bitcoin blockchain cryptocurrency world at a macro level. Now let's go ahead and discuss 2 news from Dubai, UAE and the Middle East. And the first news, guys, is a massive news. And RAK Properties are partnered with Pay to accept cryptocurrency payment for properties. And this partnership, guys, targets international clients looking into invest in Ras Al Khaimah. And Pay, guys, is an Abu Dhabi global market regulated UAE fintech, and clients can now be using major digital assets like USDT, Bitcoin, Ethereum as well as other cryptocurrencies. And here's the thing, guys, Pay converts cryptocurrency payments instantly to UAE dirhams, and payments are settled directly to RAK Properties account. Now this service guys expands investment appeal of RAK Properties MENA beachfront community, and partnership attracts digital-savvy global investors, and diversifying payment options enhances the investment landscape as well as Sept. And look, as news such as this strengthens RAK Properties' reputation as an innovative real estate developer as well. And the Chief Financial Officer of RAK Properties, that is Al Gojani guys, has emphasized the importance of innovation and accessibility, and they are focusing on making MENA and Ras Al Khaimah investment easy and attractive. And Kevin Kilty, guys, the CEO of her payers, highlighted secure and compliant high-value transactions. Now here's the important thing to remember, guys. RAK Properties will not handle digital asset directly, and all transactions are processed through her pay and Vara licensed partners, and by doing that, they're ensuring full compliance, transparency, and regulatory oversight, isn't it? Now look, guys, as much as I like this news, I hate saying this when you talk about Bitcoin, guys. The transactions are peer-to-peer and there is no centralized entity involved, isn't it? But in this case, a lot of centralized entity is involved. But at the same time, guys, you also need to understand the volatility that digital currencies have, isn't it? So it does make a lot of sense to have a lot of these centralized entity involved, particularly for large transactions when you talk about real estate. Now, could it be possible they could actually go to the real-world asset tokenization route? According to me, that'll be a brilliant idea, isn't it? And I'm pretty much sure, guys, in the next few months, we'll definitely be hearing such news. Now, this partnership, guys, aligns with Ras Al Khaimah's Vision 2030 strategy as well as Sept. And so far as MENA community in Ras Al Khaimah is concerned, guys, it is delivering over 800 units by year end. So definitely brilliant news. Now, guys, let's go and discuss some news in the world of artificial intelligence. And this is from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, guys. And Saudi Arabia is accelerating healthcare transformation under Vision 2030. And rising chronic disease, patient numbers, and medical professional shortages are key challenges. And billions of dollars are being invested in new hospitals and clinics. But infrastructure alone isn't enough, isn't it? And this is where artificial intelligence kicks in, guys. And AI is increasingly seen as a tool to ease healthcare burdens. And experts emphasize AI is not a silver bullet, but rather deployment strategy is critical. And Dr. Mansoor Khan from Bavisia has highlighted fragmentation, resource shortages, and rising costs as major challenges. And regarding healthcare, no country has yet deployed AI at a large scale in healthcare globally, isn't it? But look, as according to me, Saudi Arabia has the human and financial capital to lead in healthcare AI adoption. And strongly AI use cases are in hospitals, particularly image recognition, predictive analysis, and workflow automation. And regarding predictive AI, guys, it can identify risk patients and enable early interventions, and this reduces readmissions as well as Sept. And global adoption of predictive tools, guys, shows up to 25% operational cost reduction and 15 to 20% lower readmissions. And telemedicine is also growing in the SAR region, guys. And virtual hospitals are serving over 480,000 patients annually across 150 facilities. And private digital health apps like Labaya, guys, also provide mental health services to over 2 million users. But look, as human interaction does remain really critical, isn't it? And according to me, I should support, not replace clinicals and doctors. But look, as a lot of people are using ChatGPT as a counselor as well. And regarding this news in Saudi Arabia, guys, public-private partnership are key to AI adoption, and there needs to be a lot of focus on infrastructure, plus regulations from public sector, expertise plus agility from private sector as well as Sept. And pilot projects include AI-powered clinics like Dr. Juan Al-Assar for symptom analysis under physicians who are overweight. And by 2030, guys, artificial intelligence will drive preventive care, with ultimate success being measured by improved human outcomes, isn't it? So definitely interesting times ahead in the world of healthcare and the world of artificial intelligence. So these were the news, guys, on the Bitcoin, blockchain, cryptocurrency, and artificial intelligence world. In case if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating, and share the word across. Now for the next few minutes, there's going to be an Ask Me Anything series, where you listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. So let's get started with the Ask Me Anything series. Hey everyone, before we go ahead and kickstart the Ask Me Anything series, I do have some really interesting announcements. The first one is an interesting partnership, and this is connected to Bitcoin events. Now look guys, you know that Bitcoin is the king of all kings, isn't it? And the OGs of Bitcoin events, that is Bitcoin Inc., they have a massive event taking place in August in Hong Kong. And guess what guys? Blockchain DXB is the official media partner for Bitcoin Asia 2025. And this particular event guys takes place in August in Hong Kong. And Bitcoin Asia is the region's premier Bitcoin gathering event where builders, investors as well as investors meet. So at this event guys, expect powerful keynotes, bold conversations, and a headlining session with none other than Eric Trump, and he will be sharing his vision for Bitcoin's long-term potential. And more importantly, he along with a lot of Bitcoin OGs guys, they will be talking about the role of Bitcoin in global finance. And at the Bitcoin Asia 2025 event guys, they will be discussing Asia's massive impact on adoption. And look, as Bitcoin Asia event connects global Bitcoin communities and drives innovation across cultures and markets, from infrastructure to regulations, privacy tools to lightning development, and quite a lot more. And for you listeners of the Blockchain DXB Podcast guys, I have a cool discount code of 10% for you. And the code is pretty simple guys. It is DXB, that is D for David, X for X-ray, and B for Bravo. And DXB is the code for Dubai as well, isn't it? So what are you waiting for guys? In the show notes below, you'll see the registration details for Bitcoin Asia 2025. And look guys, Hong Kong is calling. So be part of the future of Bitcoin. Now the next announcement guys is another big one, and this is connected to Future Blockchain Summit and Fintech Search 2025. And Blockchain DXB once again is the media partner for Future Blockchain Summit and Fintech Search 2025. Now me personally guys, I did attend the Future Blockchain Summit going back to 2017, and the fact is guys, it is one of the biggest, oldest as well as boldest blockchain events in the region. And according to me as well as a lot of advocates of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, Future Blockchain Summit as well as Fintech Search 2025 is probably the biggest event in the entire world. And this event guys takes place between the 12th and 15th of October at the iconic location of Dubai Harbour. So this is going to be the place where blockchain meets fintech to redefine the future of finance. So expect 250 world-class speakers, over 1,200 investors, live demos, product launches, as well as GITEX Digital Asset Forum, and all of these things guys will be under one roof. So you can expect so-called Web3 pioneers to fintech leaders shaping payments, banking, insurtech, AI as well as decentralized finance. And this particular event guys brings the entire ecosystem together. This is a launchpad you've been waiting for. And by attending this event guys, you will be in a position to be in front of top venture capitals, accelerators as well as industry leaders. And for blockchain and fintech companies guys, this is where connection turns into partnerships and dream turns into reality. And because Blockchain DXB is the media partner for Future Blockchain Summit and Fintech Search 2025 guys, in the show notes below you'll see the registration details, and there's a hidden discount code mentioned below as well. So do one thing guys, click on the show notes below, get yourself registered, and see you between the 12th and 15th at Dubai Harbour at the Future Blockchain Summit and Fintech Search 2025. Hey everyone, it's George from Blockchain DXB listening to the Ask Me Anything series, where your listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. I have a question by Shelly who asks, after Starknet's repeated outage, would you still trust Layer 2 for decentralized finance or look for alternatives? This, to be honest, is such a really interesting question. Now, me personally, Shelly, I don't use Starknet as such, but look, I wouldn't write off Layer 2s completely just because of Starknet had a couple of nudges. Because based on my experience, Shelly, every new scaling solutions, they do have some growing pains, isn't it? Now, when you talk about Ethereum as such, going back to 2016, they did actually roll back the entire blockchain, isn't it? So keeping that thing in mind, I do think it is more of a learning curve. But because the industry has evolved so much, I do feel that reliability is a main issue, isn't it? Particularly when you talk about decentralized finance. And if a network does actually halt operations for more than few hours, which by the way for Starknet has happened 2 times in the last 2 months, isn't it? I do feel not just the user confidence, even the investor sentiment does fluctuate, isn't it? But for me personally, Shelly, it is not a deal breaker as such. And me personally, I wouldn't give up on Layer 2 solutions as such. But there are alternatives such as Arbitrum and Optimism. They have a relatively stronger track record, isn't it? And ZK saying based on my experience is also gaining a lot of ground. So my recommendation and not financial advice is try to diversify across multiple Layer 2s and also keep an eye on the post-mortem of this news, because we will find out how the team actually goes in and fixes it, isn't it? But look, as I mentioned earlier, they have had this attack 2 times in the last 2 months, isn't it? And the only other thing I can say, Shelly, is never park your funds more than that you can afford to lose. Because in the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency world, exploits do actually happen a lot, isn't it? And I also talked about the exploit regarding BunniXYZ exchange, isn't it? So I'm really curious to check what the post-mortem of this news is. And I'm definitely hoping that they do not have some outages as such in the near future. Because news such as this directly and indirectly impacts Ethereum as well, isn't it? And I'm pretty much sure because of this news, the prices would have marginally fallen down as well. And a lot of Bitcoin maximalists, they will definitely be bashing Ethereum for this as well. But definitely an interesting question, Shelly. And that's about all, guys. I'm the Ask Me Anything Season Blockchain DXB. In case if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating, and share the word across. Remember, Monday to Thursdays, we are Blockchain DXB Podcast, where we cover top news and information in the world of geopolitics. We look at the latest technological development. We also discuss what is going on from a regulatory point of view. And we also discuss all the recent partnership news as well as in it. And then, guys, we look at 2 news from Dubai, UAE, and the Middle East. We look at the latest technological development. We talk about news in the world of AI as well. And what you're listening to right now is the Ask Me Anything series, where your listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. And thanks so much for listening, guys, and have a nice one. Bye-bye.